DNA moves in mysterious ways. There are now 6 billion people alive on the Earth. Our numbers are everywhere, carving and shaping the entire world. Most of us live in cities, which sprawl across the surface of the globe like vast circuit boards. The impact of our civilization is phenomenal. We have stamped our presence in steel, concrete, affluence and effluence. Cities beguile us with their splendor. Information bombards us at every turn. It's easy to lose yourself in a city. Buildings soar to the sky and amaze us with their architectural finesse. The holy grail of city-based consumerism is the automobile. Worldwide we drive 600 million of them, often in a congested frenzy. That many cars have 3 seats empty is beside the point. Consumer freedom is the name of the game here. Like our cars, city life can be slick and fully automated. We have no time to hang around. We have places to go and people to see. The march of human progress seems unstoppable. Cities continually expand as more and more of the natural environment is converted into civilization. We are committed to continuous growth and expansion. Meanwhile, the rest of organic life strives to survive as best it can. We may be oblivious to other organisms such as plants, finding man-made structures far more intriguing. And yet if this urban tree had been crafted by human hand, it would doubtless be lauded as a fine work of art. But since it is but a tree crafted by nature, we simply walk on by. Perhaps we forget that trees and plants make the very air that we breathe. Perhaps we forget that our lives depend upon the biological intelligence, like photosynthesis, evinced by other organisms. Perhaps then, it's time we city dwellers began to reacquaint ourselves with nature.
It's probably fair to say that a growing number of people feel disaffected with modern life. It's a bit like that movie The Matrix. There's a kind of nagging suspicion that there's something fundamentally wrong with human culture, that we've missed something, that modern values don't really lead anywhere. Maybe we've been holed up in cities for too long and this is the cause of our unease. Or maybe the cult of consumerism has had its day and we're looking for a new set of values and aspirations. Or maybe it's simply that modern science and religion have failed to imbue our lives with real meaning. Maybe, though, the root cause of our ills lies in our relationship to nature. And by nature, I mean the biosphere in which we're embedded. Whereas our ancestors lived in close proximity to the earth, both physically and spiritually, modern life, city life, seals us away from the rest of the biosphere. We end up viewing the biosphere primarily as a set of resources to be exploited as much as we can and for as long as we can. Maybe it's this kind of attitude towards life on Earth that we take it for granted and act often in ecologically destructive ways. Maybe it's this that lies at the heart of the spiritual malaise that many of us feel. It's possible, probable even, that science has come up with a misguided interpretation of nature, a misguided interpretation which fosters, or at least implicitly encourages, ecological insensitivity. After all, science teaches us that nature is essentially a meaningless accident. The ultimate explanation for the universe is that it sprang out of nothing and for no reason. Yeah, as Terence McKenna said, if you can believe that, you can believe anything. But it might be better to view nature as an intelligent system. This would mean that evolution could be viewed as the way that this intelligent system expresses its creative potential over time. After all, the most complex things in the known universe are organisms. Where did organisms come from? They evolved. Therefore, the notion that nature is an intelligent system is a sound idea. At the least, it's an idea worthy of debate. At the most, it may signal a healthy paradigm shift. In fact, if Mother Nature is indeed replete with wisdom and intelligence, then she ought to provide us with an antidote with which to combat our ecological destructiveness, a kind of strong medicine that can instill within us a profound ecological awareness. And Mother Nature does provide such an antidote. Appropriately enough, it grows in the ground.
Fungi are perhaps the most earthy of organisms. They can appear in many strange shapes and colours. The bulk of their body lies under the ground or inside dead wood and consists of a network of mycelial threads. What we commonly call mushrooms are the fruiting structures of fungi, which burst into the open air in order to distribute their spores. Unlike plants, fungi do not photosynthesize, but make their living breaking down dead wood, bark, and other organic detritus. In this way, fungi help to release essential minerals like phosphorus back into biospherical circulation. Despite dwindling habitats, there is one kind of fungus which has managed to thrive by the wayside. Its properties can only be described as extraordinary. This is our antidote, the psilocybin mushroom, of which there are roughly 100 species worldwide. Psilocybin is the name of the alkaloid within the mushroom which, in conjunction with the human cortex, can induce a powerful and life-changing spiritual experience. For this reason, psilocybin is nowadays classified as entheogenic, that is, a substance able to temporarily sanctify the human psyche.